Okay, now let's look at the head of marketing and everything that's going to be going into this portion of the project. Now, for the head of marketing, your description is that you need to organize the advertising campaign for your company. And in order to do this, you must first analyze your target audience in specific fashion by diagnosing not only what groups of people are being targeted, but also how you plan to attract them to your product through advertising. That was a mouthful, but here's the main idea. You need to make sure that you know who you are targeting with your product and how you're going to actually get them to buy your product. In other words, let's say your target audience is males who are in their 20s. You need to have advertising that reflects that. If you have a cartoon character, Toucan Sam, like for the cereal, that's probably not the best advertising technique that you can use. So I really want you to be thinking about that quite a bit. Your tasks. First, you need to work with your group members to determine who your target audience is. You are not the only person who's affected by this. This is going to affect the price of your goods. It's going to affect a whole lot of things. So make sure you're working with everybody else on this. Number two, create a slogan and logo for your company. Every advertisement must have this. Basically, every sheet that in your entire project should have this. So make sure you think about this pretty early on. Then you need to create two advertisements for your product. One is a billboard, so I want something that's very visual, minimal writing. I'll show you an example at the bottom. And the other one is a magazine advertisement that includes a lot more writing to it. You can do these by hand or with computer art. I want them to be computerized at the very least. If you are going to do one of the two, and I'll allow you to do one of the two by hand, you need to make sure you still take a picture of it so you can load it up to the wiki, because that's where all of the grading is going to occur and where the rest of your project is going to be. We'll talk about the infomercial later on in class, depending on whether or not we're going to have time for that. Now, let's get all the way down here. Here is what I contributed for my sample. My slogan, those who don't preserve their memories are bound to forget them. Keep your highlights for a lifetime. Our logo, highlights for a lifetime there with the black, red, and the white. Here's my billboard advertisement. Now, I don't really have to do much to explain it because a billboard is a billboard is a billboard. In other words, it's not really going to change much based upon where you have it because it's on a highway. But it says those who don't preserve their memories are bound to forget them. And then keep your highlights for a lifetime. And the only real big thing I give is the website listing at the bottom. That's only really small print. Then we go into the magazine ad. Now, I want you to say here where you're going to put it. I'm going to put it in USC Today, in USC Magazine, Varsity Athletic Game Programs, Theater Performance Programs, those things. This has a lot more writing to it. I'm trying to give a little bit more of an example as to what I do. I also check out our website, so I'm trying to draw people to the website. Again, I include the slogan and highlightsforalifetime.com, and then I created a couple of just fake locations they can contact. Make sure you have information for this, because if you have a business and it's the greatest thing in the world but nobody knows where to get it, that's a big problem. So make sure that you have it very clearly stated where you can get information on this if you don't have the pricing right there. So those are my examples here, and this is what you need to be creating as well, or multiple of these, and make sure they are high quality. I don't know how to stress it enough. It has to be high quality, because if it's low quality, it's also low grade.